E aí moçada, quem tá falando aqui é o Bruno e nesse vídeo vamos jogar só mais 5 minutos de A Golden Wake. Estamos aqui na sarjeta, vamos ver o que a gente consegue fazer. Eu me lavei as mãos e elas acabaram mais sujas do que quando eu entrei. Tem fósforos... Flask, eu consigo encher com essa água aí. Não quero molhar aquilo. Ok. Eu não quero chegar perto disso. E trash bag. Uma grande preto, uma grande saco de lixo preto está ali no muro. E o que tem dentro é um mistério. Vamos ver o que tem dentro. Prefiro não explorar, ok. Eu tinha visto aqui, né? Os posters do Jeremy Miller. It's just a bunch of old posters. Um monte de post velho de filmes, eventos de música e Prohibition. Entretanto, eu vejo alguma coisa familiar debaixo deles, que deve ser esse do Jeremy Miles aqui. Eu tento tear some of the poster off, but eu tento arrancar algum, mas eles estão colados no muro. Não, eu tenho alguma coisa, tem que ter alguma maneira de eu ver o que está embaixo. O azul que ele tá falando era de tristeza, tem um troço azul aqui. Eu imagino que seja o flyer do show aéreo. Mas eu precisaria de alguma coisa para poder remover ali. E se eu usar flask? Não? Eu queria encher ele d'água para poder colocar ali. E essa caixa? Consigo usar essa caixa aqui para alguma coisa? Apart from an old red handkerchief, que é um lenço, serve. Peguei o lenço. Molha aí. Molhado. Agora ele molhado eu uso no pôster. Aí, ó. Coral Gables. The Gold Galleon.
Coral Gables. The Golden Galleon. The days when I was an upstart kid who was gonna make something of himself and restore the family name. Look where that got me. Forget it. Life's too short to hold grudges. After all, if it hadn't been for Merrick, I'd probably be panhandling in Bryant Park right now. Might as well go see how the old bird is doing these days. Can't possibly be worse off than me.
Então a gente
This
veio
place hasn't changed one bit. At least something from the old days is still around.
na casa do Merrick. Vai bater lá, vamos ver o que vai dar.
Alfie Banks? What on earth are you doing here?
Mrs. Merrick, I know it's been a while, and I'm sorry.
10 years is much more than a while in my book, young man. In any case, I'm afraid you've picked a bad time to call.
What's the matter?
It's George, that stubborn fool. He's gonna get himself killed.
Killed? How?
You mean you haven't heard?
There's a hurricane coming. They're saying it might be as bad as the one in 26. It's set to pass through the Keys tomorrow afternoon.
So, why hasn't anyone prepared here?
Because it's not expected to come this far north.
Then there's something I'm not understanding. How exactly is George in danger?
We've been living down in Matacumbe Key for the past few years. George opened up a fishing club, and we've been running it together ever since he was ousted from the city commission. When he heard the hurricane was coming, he sent me up here and refused to budge. He said he wasn't going to let his dream die twice.
That's crazy! We have to get him out of there!
I'm afraid there isn't much that can be done. They've stopped all the trains going south.
There has to be a way. Don't worry, ladies. I'll get George back here safely. I owe him that much at least.
Please be careful, Alfie.
And good luck.
Agora a gente tem que salvar o George Merrick.
Begging your pardon, sir.
What can I do for you?
Didn't you used to be a guard at the Dinner Key Marina?
Yes, I did. Until I got fired for letting some jerk steal a part from a hydroplane.
Oops.
Took me years to be able to convince anyone to hire me back.
Oh, sorry to hear that. When does the next train leave?
It doesn't.
What?
Well, haven't you heard? There's a hurricane set to strike the Keys.
Yes, I have actually.
Well, then you should know that all the trains have been canceled.
You don't understand. It's of the utmost importance that I get down to the Keys.
I do understand, and I'm afraid you're out of luck, friend. There's only one train going down there, and it's not for passengers.
Why not?
Because it's being sent to evacuate the WPA construction workers who haven't left yet. If you need to take a fishing trip, I suggest you wait a few days.
There's something important we need to discuss.
Is there? Do tell.
Look,
vamos ver.
friend, it's extremely important I get on that train.
Eu vou falar que eu tenho negócios. Eu prefiro falar que eu tenho um amigo que precisa de ajuda. I'm the train conductor.
I have a friend in the Keys who needs my help.
Your friend has probably already been evacuated. There's nobody in their right mind left down there who shouldn't be
Pois
there.
é, mas ele
I
tá
know
lá.
for a fact he hasn't. He's very stubborn and insists on staying.
I still don't see how that's my problem.
Vamos ver aqui. Corporate hand, police brass, pressed suit. Ok. Ok, apelar para empatia dele, falar que ele trabalha demais e é pago de menos. Se seria grande coisa deixar eu passar. Como ele teve aquele problema no passado, ele tá recomeçando, acho que ele não vai fazer isso. Não, eu falaria que eu tenho um amigo rico que para ele seria bom deixar ajudar. É melhor usar esse aqui, ó, pela consciência dele.
A man might die if I don't go down and save him. Can you really live with that on your conscience?
And if I let you go down there, you might get yourself killed too. And then I'd have 2 deaths on my conscience. So unless you give me an extraordinary reason, you're not getting on this train.
Ok. Talvez pelo nome. Talvez ele aceite, vamos ver.
I need to save George Merrick. He's in danger.
Eric? The Coral Gables guy? What's he doing down there?
He's been running a fishing club, but he's insisted on staying behind. Please, you don't know him like I do. He's very stubborn and passionate. If I don't go down there, he won't budge and he'll probably die.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have to stand firm on my orders. You're not getting on this train.
Então... Deixa eu tentar passar. Não. Deixa eu entrar na bagagem... Não. Deixa eu oferecer a bebida pra ele.
I'm desperate. I need to get on that train. Can I maybe offer you a drink to look the other way?
A drink? You're trying to buy me off with a drink?
É o que eu tenho,
You're
mas...
just lucky I've been craving one for hours. Go on,
yeah.
before I change my mind. And if anyone asks, you don't tell them I let you on board.
Deal.
Um drink, também um drink, deixa eu entrar.
Can't see a thing. We should be well on our way. Now I just need to find a way out of this car.
Tem um lampião aqui. Se eu usar as coisas que ele não acende, né? Não tem querosene. Stuff. Deixa eu abrir essa portona aqui. Não. Deixa eu colocar fogo no lenço. Não dá. Obviamente aqui também não funciona. Barrel. O que tem nesse barril? Aí, ó. Querosene. Então se eu usar o lenço com o barril, tá cheio de querosene. Se eu usar o lenço com aí, enchi de... Coloquei pelo menos um pouco de querosene aqui. E acendo aqui. Voilá. O que tem aqui? Não. E a porta. Ó, entra.
The storm seems to have made landfall already. Horse feathers! Sticking around back here probably isn't the best idea. I should head towards the front of the train.
Então pega pelo menos esse martelinho que tá aí, dando bobeira. Não tá sendo usado, né? Então... Flyboard. Não, consigo abrir isso aqui não, pra eu ver lá? Não, vai. Vamos pra frente do trem. E esse cara aí?
What? Who are you? What are you doing on this train?
The name's Banks. I snuck on board because I need to get to the Keys.
You're crazy. What were you thinking?
I thought this train was meant to be taking supplies down there.
It was, but the people who sent it underestimated the power of the storm. We're only going forward because there's no way to turn back. The train is already starting to come apart. You're lucky it came up here when you did. I was just about to detach the locomotive.
But why?
Because if even one car gets blown off the tracks, the rest of the train will too. It's not worth...
Oops.
Damn it! I was afraid this would happen. If we don't equalize the pressure in this car, in the next few minutes it'll come apart.
Eu tenho que quebrar.
Help me get one of these windows open, would ya?
Vamos lá. Não vai abrir. Ok, martelão.
Good going, guys. Now let's get to the locomotive so we can detach the train. Otherwise we'll be swept off the tracks along with the rest of it.
Vamos lá, vamos vazar.
The wind seemed to have died down slightly. We must be entering the eye of the storm. Or maybe not. I'd better find George. There isn't much time.
Vamos pra esse lugar aqui.
George, open this door right now.
Alfie Banks? I have to admit, you were the last person I expected to see walking through that door. What brings you to my little club?
I came to get you, George. In case you weren't aware, there's a huge hurricane on its way.
I am well aware, yes. In fact, I sent Eunice away because of it.
I know. She's the one who told me where I could find you.
I see. I have to confess, I don't fully understand why you've come. But as long as you're here, go ahead and have a seat.
I haven't got time to talk. We have to leave.
I insist. Besides, I'm not going anywhere.
Quer morrer mesmo nesse doidão, hein?
George.
Yes?
Pede desculpa.
I know we didn't part on the best of terms the last time we saw each other. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I was young and stupid. I thought the world owed me.
Apology accepted, Alfie. We've all been there. So, now that we've got that out of the way, what else is on your mind?
So, what have you been doing with yourself the past few years?
Well, I'm sure you heard about the bust. Coral Gables went bankrupt, and I was forced to step down from the commission. I always enjoyed it down here in the Keys, and Eunice's family just happened to own this property. So we came down here and opened up a fishing club. It's been a much quieter life than I'm used to, but I can't complain. I suppose I had my time to shine.
Couldn't the others have done something for you? What about Doc?
I assume you didn't hear that Doc passed away 5 years ago.
Morreu.
I didn't. Huh. Did you know this hurricane was coming?
I had heard, yes. The weatherman had been talking about it on the radio the past few days. They seem to take them a bit more seriously down here in the Keys.
E por que você não
Why
vazou?
haven't you evacuated?
Ever heard the old saying, the captain always goes down with his ship? I never abandoned Coral Gables. I see no reason why I should abandon the Caribbean Club.
Coral Gables was lucky. It didn't get the worst of the hurricane in 26. You're right in the path of this one.
That may be, but I think I've taken sufficient precautions.
Vamos lá,
George,
velho.
we need to leave. Isn't there any way I can convince you?
You did a pretty good job of convincing plenty of other people in the old days. I'm not opposed to hearing what you have to say. So, Alfie, why is it so important we go back?
Deixa eu ver aqui. Cellular Intuition. Otimista. Se a gente ficar aqui, o furacão vai nos matar. Needed. Coral Gables precisa de você, sua ausência é sentida. Acho que ele vai ficar mais inclinado a vazar com isso aqui.
Coral Gables needs you back, George. It's just not the same without you.
Oh, I hardly think that's true. Coral Gables has been fine without me the past few years. We had our moment in the sun. It's time for a new generation to take over.
Ok. Ok, nós somos apenas velhas relíquias sem uso. Bygone era, de uma era que já se foi. Ok, vamos tentar convencer ele que tem muita coisa pra fazer. Você não pode
There's still
desistir.
so much left to do in Coral Gables. You can't just give up now.
Oh, really? This is an interesting change of attitude. Didn't you give up on Coral Gables when you decided to work for Tom Walsh?
É. Tô a fim de xingar ele, mesmo que essa seja a opção errada. É isso que eu vou fazer.
I wasn't giving up on Coral Gables.
I wasn't giving up on you.
Of course. We've already covered this ground. No need to rub salt any further into the wound. Let's keep things civil and discuss something else, shall we?
Ok, não deu certo.
George.
Yes?
George, please, listen to me.
Tem que tentar de
We
novo,
have
então
to
vamos lá.
get out of here.
So you say, but I have yet to see any valid reason to.
Então vamos ver.
So Alfie, why is it so important?
We go back. Sua mãe então.
Your mother is terribly ill. I came to tell you. I don't think she's going to make it. You need to come back to Miami as soon as possible.
Alfie, please. I watched you sell countless plots of lands and houses to people for years. Do you think I can't tell when you're lying? If this is what you came for, I think we should turn our attention to more worthwhile conversation topics.
Ok, então a primeira vai ser.
Yes?
George,
So you say.
Vai ser a primeira
So, Alfie-
opção lá. Danger.
because if we don't get out of here, this storm will kill us both.
Isso é verdade,
The
pelo
storm is
menos.
passing through right now, yes, but we're safe in here. I've taken all the necessary precautions. Besides, if things get too rough, there's an underground shelter just outside we can stay in.
But
Don't you worry. We'll be fine. Let's discuss something else, please.
Não?
George,
Ok.
Yes?
George,
So you.
Então é a primeira que eu tinha selecionado
Coral
mesmo.
Gables.
We had our.
Eu fui por aqui. Vou tentar concordar com
You know,
ele.
I didn't mean it like that, Alfie. You know that's not the attitude I like. If we're just going to sit around moping about the past, I think it would be best to discuss something else.
George,
Yes?
George,
So you say.
Tá,
So,
então
Alfie,
parece
why
que eu
is it-
fui até um determinado ponto
Coral Gables.
We had our.
certinho, né? Convince.
Oh, really? Didn't you?
Eu insultei e não deu certo.
No, don't do that. This isn't about me.
Right.
We're discussing you.
And quite frankly, I think we've exhausted that topic. Let's move on.
George,
Yes?
Oh, Jesus.
George,
Vamos lá.
So Alfie, why is it so?
Coral Gables.
Needed.
I hardly. We had our.
Convince.
Oh, really? Didn't you get?
Bom. Só falta o defende aqui.
I saw the way things were headed and decided to go for a more lucrative opportunity.
For which I can hardly blame you, but I just wish you hadn't jumped ship so soon.
What else was I supposed to do? Drown with the rats? I don't share your optimism, George. I still can't understand how you never felt tempted to just give up yourself.
Who says I didn't? Do you think you're the only one who saw what was going on? The Depression came to Coral Gables years before the rest of the country. There were days when I thought about packing it all in. I knew when the bubble had burst, but I worked too hard to just give everything up. I stayed until they threw me out.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just naive.
We all have our bad days, Alfie. Sometimes it's bad weeks or even months. But what's important above all else is sticking to your principles.
Olha aí. You're right. How could I have been so rash? Ok, question. Os princípios valem você morrer?
Are your principles worth getting killed over?
Are we back to this again? I told you we're perfectly safe here. In any case, let's change the subject, please.
George.
Yes?
George.
So Alfie...
Coral Gables.
Olá, vai estar lá no final de novo, convence.
Oh, really? Didn't you?
No, don't do that.
And quite frankly, I think...
Não era isso não, é o defende.
George.
Yes?
Ah!
George.
So
Go, 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 go.
Coral Gables.
we had a...
Vamos.
Oh, really? Didn't you?
Defend.
For which I got...
What else? I still...
Who says the Depression? I knew with... We all have our bad...
You're right. How could I have been... Okay.
You're right, George. I don't know how I could have been so rash in my decision. I'm an idiot.
Now, Alfie, don't be so hard on yourself. The fact that you're here now says volumes. But really, let's discuss something else. No need to be so down in the dumps.
George.
Yes?
Já ficou
George,
chato
so
aqui. Não consigo acertar o cara. A ordem
Coral
daqui das
Gables.
coisas.
We had a...
Vamos lá.
There's...
Oh, really? Didn't... For which I...
What else?
Who says the Depression? I knew... We all...
Aqui eu já fiz, aqui eu já fiz, só falta o Warm.
I understand what you're saying, George, but times have changed. Principles are important, surely, but the depression and lack of money is all anyone thinks about. You made the city beautiful, sparing no expense, making it all about the aesthetics. But think about the value of that city in the current economic climate. Someone in charge wouldn't think twice about tearing down the Biltmore to sell the land if it meant a profit.
And all the work we did, all the sacrifices people made would have meant nothing. I hadn't even considered that possibility. I can't in good conscience allow something like that to happen. It seems living down here all these years has made me a bit out of touch. All right, Alfie. As soon as this storm passes, we'll take the first train back to Miami so I can assess the situation myself. Thank you for helping me see things a bit more clearly.
I think I'm the one who should be
enfim.
thanking you for that, George.
Right. Let's get a move on.
We should be careful. It sounds like the storm has gotten stronger. George, this building is coming apart. We haven't got any time to lose. We need to get someplace safer.
Vamos pro tal do abrigo aí que você
When we
falou
get
que
out
tem.
there, we need to head directly for the shelter south of here. Just follow me, and we'll be there in no time.
Right behind you. George, watch out! The ceiling is collapsing!
Vai. Ai, meu filho. Uou. Nós morremos.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we remember a very special man whose life was unfortunately cut short. Alfie Banks was someone who wasn't afraid to speak his mind. In fact, he certainly gave me a piece of it one of the last times I spoke with him. Alfie didn't need to apologize to me for the falling out we had so many years ago, but he did, and that meant more to me than anyone could ever know. In the time I knew and worked with him, Alfie always showed an immense amount of initiative, which makes it no surprise that he achieved as much as he did. Despite harder times in his last few years, he showed in the end that he was a good man. I would not be here speaking to you right now if it weren't for him. Not only do I owe my life to him, but my livelihood as well. Though I may not have expressed it as clearly as I should have, Alfie was instrumental in the success of Coral Gables. I'm sure he knew that. And though he was taken from us far too soon, Alfie's legacy will live on in the streets and buildings of this city. Because, just like the galleon which came to be the symbol of Coral Gables, Alfie sailed through all our lives, leaving behind a golden wake.
A golden wake. Morremos. E assim acaba a história? Com a gente morto? Vamos ressuscitar que a gente não vai, né? Isso é a história real? Tem que pesquisar isso. Thomas Ferry Walsh. Até Mary continued living at home till her death in 37. Parecendo que esse pessoal existe mesmo, é isso mesmo? Eu sei que Coral Gables existe na vida real, mas esses personagens também existem? William Jennings Bryan. Corey continue performing death, defying a mulher do... Mulher do show aéreo lá. Eunice. Morreu em 89. Major Stoneman Douglas. The Everglades River of Grass, que ela escreveu, best-seller. The Grand Dame of the Everglades era o apelido dela. Ela morreu em 98, aos 108 anos. Depois do furacão de 35 que destruiu The Caribbean Colony, George Merrick voltou para Coral Gables, onde ele entrou novamente no mercado de imóveis. Em 1940 ele se tornou Postmaster of Miami. Não sei o que é Postmaster. Morreu 2 anos depois, em 42, aos 55 anos. Merrick Legacy, o legado do Merrick ainda está aparente em Coral Gables atualmente. Além de várias ruas e parques que levam seu nome, tem uma estátua dele. Uma estátua dele foi erguida em frente à prefeitura de Coral Gables em 2006. Interessante. E o Alf Banks? Alf Banks não era um personagem real, então. Bom, é isso aí, galera. Esse foi a Golden Wake. Espero que tenham gostado. Se gostou, dá um like no vídeo, compartilha com os amigos e assina o canal. Um abraço e até a próxima.